Starting out at number 20 is Andrew Vaughn, who looks to be reviving his career in Milwaukee. After being traded from the White Sox for virtually nothing, Vaughn has hit over 300 with an 869 OPS on Milwaukee, and his baseball 7 page looks really good with a lot of red. And it looks like the former number 3 pick just needed a change of scenery. 19 is Christian Walker, who had a down year after signing with the Astros, getting off to a horrid first half of the season, but played better the second half. His on base dropped below 300, and he had a sub 100 OPS for the first time since 2021, and the lowest WAR of his career. He still had 27 home runs and plays really good defense at first, winning 3 straight gloves before this year. Rice Hoskins isn't what he once was in Philly before the injury, but he's still a good first baseman. He's not going to hit for a great average, but walks a decent amount, so the on base is alright. The power took a little bit of a hit, and he only had 12 home runs, but he missed games, so he's probably still a 20-plus homer guy. Kyle Manzardo took a step in year 2 from his rookie year offensively. He's not going to hit for a great average and strikes out a decent amount, but he does walk at a league average rate, and the on base is still around league average. He hits for a lot of power, hitting 27 home runs, slugging .455 with a 768 OPS. Last offseason, the Pirates made their first good trade in forever, getting Spencer Horwitz for Luis Ortiz, who is now banned from the MLB. Similar to Manzardo, Horwitz is a lefty that's more of a platoon bat that can't hit lefties. He was the Pirates' only above-average hitter last year, and missed the start of the season due to injury and got off to a slow start, but really heated up in August and September, and gets on base a good amount with good plate disciplines, while still having a high slugging percentage and a near 800 OPS, and is at least a double-digit home run guy. Sal Stewart is the Reds' number 1 prospect and 31st MLB prospect that only played 20 games last year but looked really good. His hit tool is his highest graded trait, and we saw that come to fruition with him having an 838 OPS. And from what we saw from him, it looks like he'll definitely be one of the better first basemen in the league. Ryan O'Hearn probably had the best year of his career last season at age 32. He had a great first half with the Orioles before being traded, where he didn't play as good in San Diego, but still put up solid numbers, and has a good mix of getting on base a good amount, but still hitting for power and slugging too. Vinny Pasquantino is another lefty who can't hit lefties but crushes righty pitching. All his offensive numbers look really good, and he significantly increased his home run total to 32, while still getting on base a good amount and having good plate disciplines. The downside to his game is he can't run or field. Spencer Torkelson finally started to figure it out this year and had the best year of his young career so far. He significantly increased his on-base percentage, walking a lot more, and posted a 789 OPS with 31 homers. And he's finally showing why he was the number 1 pick, and the future looks bright for him. Josh Naylor has found his home in Seattle, immediately getting re-signed this offseason. Naylor nearly hit 300 while posting a .462 slugging, 815 OPS, and 20 homers, being a very balanced hitter that doesn't strike out much, and he somehow stole 30 bases last season despite being in the 3rd percentile in speed. And it was hard to leave him out of the top 10, but the first base position is absolutely loaded. Getting the top 10 started is Wilson Contreras. His numbers overall were a little down from the past few seasons, but he was still very good, posting a 791 OPS and 20 home runs while playing very good defense. He gets on base a lot, even with swinging and missing a lot, while still having a high slugging percentage. Ben Rice was the Yankees' number 13 prospect in 2024 and didn't play well in his rookie year, only appearing in 50 games, but absolutely exploded in 2025, solidifying himself as the Yankees' first baseman of the future. His baseball savant page is absurd, with most of it being dark red and being above average in every single hitting attribute, pretty much doing everything well offensively. Jonathan Aranda is one of the biggest breakout players in 2025, batting over 300 with a near 400 on base percentage while still slugging nearly 500 with an 883 OPS. Weirdly enough, he does strike out a decent amount, being well below league average, but his quality of contact is just so good that it makes up for it. But even with the power, he only has 14 home runs last year. Michael Busch quietly solidified himself as one of the top first basemen in baseball last season, with having an incredible season not too many people are talking about. He had a good rookie year in 2024, but took his game to the next level in 2025, hitting 34 homers, slugging well over 500 with a 866 OPS. At six is Freddie Freeman, who has been one of the best first basemen in baseball for over a decade, being an all-star silver slugger for the past 8 seasons. A concern is he is 36 and his expected numbers dropped last season, even though his actual numbers didn't, still hitting nearly 300 with a 502, slugging and an 869 OPS. Getting the top five started is Bryce Harper. Harper's numbers in 2025 dropped a little around the board, but were still elite numbers. And in a full season, he's still a 30-plus homer guy that's going to post the OPS in the mid to high 800s. Matt Olson had a bit of a bounce back year, showing he's still one of the best first basemen in baseball. He's played in every game for the Braves the past 4 seasons, which is an incredible accomplishment. He's nearly a 30 home run, 100 RBI player, falling one short in homers and 5 in RBIs, and also won the Gold Glove at the position last year. Starting at the top three is 22-year-old Rookie of the Year Nick Kurtz, who had one of the greatest rookie seasons of all time. Kurtz played 117 games but wasn't a qualified hitter, but if he was, he'd be third in OPS, third in slugging, sixth in on-base percentage, and was tied for 10th in home runs. It might have had the greatest game at the plate in the history of baseball, and I might even be lowballing him at 3 considering he was the best first baseman in baseball last year, but I'll have to see what he does year 2. At number 2 is the Orioles' new first baseman, Pete Alonso. Alonso significantly increased his batting average and on-base percentage while also increasing his slugging too, and hitting the ball as hard and at a rate as good as anyone pretty much in the league, and will be around a 40 home run a year guy, and the Mets still didn't even try and bring him back. A downside to his game is his defense and speed is some of the worst in the league, but when you hit the ball like he does, it doesn't matter. And coming in at number 1 is Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's another guy that hits for a really high average while also walking and getting on base at a very high rate, and is still hitting for a good slugging percentage with an 850 OPS, having a ton of power, and hitting the ball really hard even though he only hit 23 home runs last season. He also had an incredible postseason and would have easily won World Series MVP if Toronto could have pulled it out.